A snake came to my water trough on a hot day, and I in pyjamas for the heat to drink there. In the deep, strange, scented shade of the great dark carob tree, I came down the steps with my pitcher and must stand and wait, for there he was at the trough before me. Someone was before me at my water trough, and I, like a second coming, waiting. He lifted his head from his drinking, as cattle do, and looked at me vaguely, and flickered his two-forked tongue from his lips, and mused a moment, and stooped and drank a little more. The voice of my education said to me, he must be killed. For in Sicily, the black snakes are innocent, the gold are venomous. And voices in me said, if you were a man, you would take a stick and break him now and finish him off. But must I confess how I liked him? How glad I was he had come like a guest in quiet to drink at my water trough. Was it cowardice that I dared not kill him? Was it perversity that I longed to talk to him? Was it humility to feel so honored? I felt so honored. And yet those voices, if you were not afraid, you would kill him. And truly I was afraid. I was most afraid, but even so, honored still more, that he should seek my hospitality from out the dark door of the secret earth. He drank enough, and lifted his head dreamily, and flickered his tongue like a forked knife on the air, so black, seeming to lick his lips, and looked around like a god, unseeing into the air, and slowly turned his head, and slowly, very slowly, proceeded to draw his slow length curving round and climb again the broken bank of my war face. And as he put his head into that dreadful hole, a sort of horror, a sort of protest against his withdrawing into that horrid black hole, deliberately going into the blackness, overcame me now his back was turned. I looked around. I put down my pitcher. I picked up a clumsy log and threw it at the water trough with a clatter. I think it did not hit him, but suddenly that part of him that was left behind, convulsed in undignified haste, writhed like lightning and was gone into the black hole, at which, in the intense still noon, I stared with fascination. And immediately I regretted it. I thought, how paltry, how vulgar, what a mean act. I despised myself and the voices of my accursed human education. And I thought of the albatross, and I wished he would come back, my snake. For he seemed to me again like a king in exile, uncrowned in the underworld, now due to be crowned again. And so I missed my chance with one of the lords of life. And I have something to expiate. Pettiness.